It starts with something small. You notice you're avoiding the stairs more often. Getting out of your chair takes a little more effort. Your legs feel tired, Devin, after a short walk. Most people call this aging. But what if I told you this isn't just getting older?
Hi, I am Dr. Robert Peterson. I've spent over 40 years working with older adults across the U.S., helping them restore strength, movement, and confidence without relying on prescription drugs or extreme workouts. And what I want to share today might just change how you start your morning.
Because that cup of black coffee you already drink every day could become a secret weapon to rebuild muscle, improve balance, and even protect your metabolism as you age. Let me explain. After the age of 60, your body begins to struggle with something called anabolic resistance. That means your muscles don't respond to food and exercise the way they used to. Even if you're eating enough protein, your body may not be turning it into muscle anymore. Statena. And that's when strength starts slipping away quietly, gradually, until one day something small, a stumble, a fall, or just a misstep shakes your confidence. But here's the good news. There's a natural, well-studied amino acid that's been shown to reactivate muscle building in seniors. If taken at the right time and in the right way, and that right way starts with your morning coffee, in this video I'll walk you through the science behind it. We'll cover why muscle loss after 60 happens faster than you think, what this amino acid is, how to use it effectively, and why timing matters far more than most people realize. By the end, you'll know exactly how to make one simple change to your morning routine. No supplements, no diets, no workouts, and begin reclaiming the strength you thought was gone. And by the way, if you're over 60 and you care about staying strong, sharp, and independent as you age, this channel is made for you. Every week I share clear, science-backed tips that help older adults move better, feel better, and live longer without medications or confusing trends. So, if that sounds helpful, take a second to subscribe now. It's free, and it might just change how you age. Let's dive in. And yes, it's true. After age 60, your body naturally begins to lose muscle. But here's what most doctors don't tell you. The radiant severity of that loss isn't fixed. In fact, it depends more on a hidden process inside your cells than your aga self. This hidden process is called anabolic resistance. Let me explain with a simple story. Imagine your muscles are like a house that needs daily maintenance. When you're young, every time you eat a protein-rich meal, like eggs, chicken, or beans, your body sends out repair crews made up of amino acids and hormones. These crews patch up damage, rebuild walls, and keep the structure strong. But after 60, the massage doesn't go through as clearly. You still eat protein. The repair crew still show up. But now they're confused, disorganized, slower to act. The result, your muscle house starts crumbling faster than it's being repaired. This is anabolic resistance, a state where your muscle cells stop responding well to the signals that normally trigger growth and repair. And here's the kicker. You could be doing everything right, eating healthy, staying active. But if the signal isn't getting through, you'll still lose muscle over time. One major player in this process is a molecule called mTOR, short for mechanistic target of Sarcopenia. Think of mTOR as the main switch. Battles your body, it's time to grow muscle. When you're young, just a little protein flips that switch easily. But as we age, that switch becomes harder to activate. It's rusty, stiff. So even with a good diet, your muscles may not respond like they used to. Research published in Nutrients journals shows that older adults often need 30 to 40% more protein per meal to get the same muscle building response as someone in their 30s. That's not because your body's broken. It's because that communication system is slower, and this stimulus needs to be louder. So, what's the solution? You don't need to double your protein intake or go on a bodybuilding diet. You need to amplify the signal that tells your body to build muscle. That's where the right amino acid at the right time makes all the difference. And it just so happens your morning coffee creates the perfect environment for that message to get through. We'll get to that soon. But first, let's take a closer look at the Sony amino acid that acts as the spark for muscle growth in older adults. So now that we understand why muscles weaken after 60, let's talk about theon nutrient that can reignite growth even if you're not lifting weights or eating a giant steak every morning. That nutrient is leucine. Leucine is an essential amino acid, meaning your body can't make it on its own. You have to get it from food or supplements. But what makes leucine special isn't just that it builds muscle. Think of protein as the-building materials like bricks and lumber, and leucine as the spark that fuels the workers. Start building. Without enough leucine, the signal to start rebuilding simply doesn't go through, especially in older adults. What's fascinating is that leucine doesn't just help build muscle, it triggers the process. It's like flipping the master switch specifically. Leucine activates the mTOR pathway, which tells your body time to grow. No other amino acid does this as powerfully. Now here's what matters most. Leucine only works when you get enough of it at one time. Research shows that to properly activate mTOR, you need around 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine in a single serving. That's not a tinny sprinkle. It's the equivalent of eating about 5 eggs or 5 to 6 ounces of high-quality meat in one sitting. And let's be honest, how many seniors are eating that much protein for breakfast? That's where supplementation comes in. Taking leucine in its free form, powder, isolated, concentrated, and fast-absorbing. You can hit that 3 grams threshold easily without having to force down a heavy meal. In fact, one study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults loaded leucine to their meals had up to 30% greater muscle protein synthesis than those who didn't. Even without tatted exercise, but timing matters too. Your body is most receptive to leucine the first hour after waking, when insulin is low and metabolism is just ramping up. That's why pairing leucine with black coffee is so powerful. We'll explain the coffee connection in the next section. For now, here's what you need to remember. Leucine is the spark. 2.5 to 3 grams is the minimum dose to activate muscle growth. Older adults need more than younger adults to see the same benefit. Taking leucine alone on an empty stomach improves absorption, and unlike a full meal, this single scoop of leucine doesn't spike your blood sugar or insulin, meaning you can still stay in a fasted fat-burning state. Especially helpful for those doing intermittent fasting. One small scoop, one quiet switch flipped back on, and your body starts remembering how to stay strong again. You might be wondering, why coffee? Why not just take leucine with water or with breakfast? The answer lies in something most people overlook: timing and environment. See, when you wake up in the morning, your body is in a unique metabolic state. You've been fasting overnight, your insulin levels are low, your stress hormone cortisol is naturally elevated. That combination may sound like a problem, but in fact, it's the perfect setup for muscle activation. Now, let's bring coffee into the picture. Black coffee without sugar, milk, or cream does more than give you energy. It enhances the very metabolic environment that amplifies leucine's effect. Here's how. First, coffee increases blood flow and nutrient delivery. Caffeine stimulates the sympathetic nervous system, the part of your body responsible for fight-or-flight response. This leads to improved circulation, faster absorption through the digestive tract, and better nutrient transport into muscle cells. Second, ketoacids contain competing amino acids or carbohydrates that might confuse them to our signal. If you eat leucine with oatmeal, toast, or fruit, the sugar and mixed proteins may interfere with leucine's clean signal to build muscle, but with black coffee, it's a direct line. No, state it. Third, caffeine itself may support muscle activation. Some research fixed. Caffeine can enhance mTOR signaling and even increase photooxidation, meaning it helps you burn fat while building lean muscle. It's not a magical, but it certainly boosts the environment where leucine thrives. Let me give you a metaphor. Imagine leucine is a spark plug and your muscles are thinning. Taking leucine alone helps. Yes. But pairing it with coffee is like raving the engine while firing the spark. You get faster ignition, smoother power, and better performance. This combo becomes even more powerful when taken first thing in the morning. Studies show that the anabolic window, the period where your body is most ready to build muscle, strongest within their first 30 to 60 minutes after waking. Adding leucine. To your black coffeetering, this window is like hitting the muscle building switch at full power. But this isn't just about science. It's about habit. Most seniors already drink a fee in the morning, so instead of building a new habit from scratch, we're simply upgrading an existing one, making it more powerful, more strategic, and more effective. To recap, black coffee enhances nutrient delivery and metabolic responsiveness. Cortesa, clean insulin, low environment that'll, allows leucine to work better. Caffeine supports circulation, focus, and fat burning. Morning is the ideal time to combine the two for optimal results. And it's easy to stick with because coffee is already part of your day. So yes, you could take a leucine with water. But if you're looking for results, especially after 65, black coffee isn't just convenient, it's strategic. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to prepare this combination step by step and what mistakes to avoid so you get the full benefit. You now understand why leucine is powerful and why black coffee helps deliver its benefits. But how do you actually put this into practice? Let's break it down step by step. This is your new morning protocol. Simple, effective, easy to stick with. Step 1. Wake up and hydrate. Within 5 to 10 minutes of waking, drink a glass of water, preferably with a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon. This helps rehydrate your body. After sleep and supports digestion and energy. Step 2. Brew your coffee. Black is best. Macao, regular cup of coffee. Black is a deal. If needed, use a splash often sweetened almond milk or coconut milk. Avoid sugar, creamers, or anything that could spike insulin. Step 3. Add 3g of leucine powder. Measure about 3g or roughly 3/4 of a second of a teaspoon. Pharmaceutical grade pure leucine powder. Stir it into your hot coffee. It dissolves easily and has little to no taste. Optional tip. If you're sensitive to texture, blend your coffee for 5 seconds for a smoother finish. Step 4. Drink it within 30 to 60 minutes of waking. This is your anabolic window, when your body is primed to absorb nutrients and trigger muscle growth. Don't delay too long. Step 5. Optional, but powerful. Move your body lightly. Even just 3 to 5 minutes off movement, wall push-ups, body weight tight squats, resistance band pull scan, amplify the mTOR signal and drive force muscle retention. You don't need a full workout. The key is sending message. This muscle is being used. Keep it strong. Common mistakes to avoid even with good intentions. Many seniors miss the mark because of simple missteps. Watch out for these. Mistake number 1, taking leucine with breakfast. If your breakfast is high in carbs, like toast fritter, cherry ale, it may blunt leucine's effect by triggering insulin and competing nutrients. Leucine works best alone on an empty stomach. Mistake number 2, using flavored or low-quality powders. Avoid supplements that includes sweeteners, flavorings, gums, or filler amino acids. These may slow absorption and confuse a signal. Mistake number 3, using cold coffee or iced drinks. Loina dissolves better in hot liquid. Cold beverages may leave it clumpy or poorly absorbed. How often should you do this? Aim for at least 5 days per week consistently. Results: stronger legs, better balance, less soreness, within 10 to 14 days. Best of all, this routine doesn't interfere with your lifestyle. It doesn't break your fast. It doesn't require a full break fast. And it helps you preserve a sickle while burning fat, an ideal combo for seniors over 65. 1 scoop, 1 cup, 1 small change. And over time, you may feel more grounded, more confident, and more capable again. So far, we've talked a lot about building muscle. But let's be clear. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. It's about protecting your independence, energy, and vitality as you age. Because a muscle isn't just for movement. It's not just for climbing stairs or standing up from a chair. Muscle is your engine, even when you're resting. Muscle tissue burns 3 times more energy than fat. That means more muscle equals a faster metabolism, better control of blood sugar, phosphates, and inflammation. In fact, one of the most overlooked adrenaline. Older adults gain belly fat, feel sluggish, or develop prediabetes isn't their diet, it's muscle loss. Here's what happens. As muscle shrinks, glucose has nowhere it'll go. Your body can't store sugar in the muscle, so it lingers in the blood. That triggers higher insulin, more fat gain, more fatigue, and a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. Now, flip the script. Even just a 10% increase in lean muscle mass can dramatically improve blood sugar control, lower insulin levels, and help your body burn fat more efficiently, even without changing what you eat. But it doesn't stop there. Preserving muscle also supports hormonals, especially testosterone, growth hormone, and DHEA, all of which naturally decline with age. These hormones aren't just about libido or energy. They help regulate mood, repair tissues, and maintain bone density. In men and women alike, more muscle equals more hormonal stability. And the benefits go beyond the body. Muscle mass is now being studied as a predictor of cognitive health. That's right. Research shows that older adults with stronger legs and better muscle tone score higher on memory tests and have lower risks of dementia. In theory, muscle activity improves blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients that keep your mind sharp. Let's not forget, balance and mobility. Falls are the leading cause of injury in older adults, and they often start with subtle losses. In strength, when your leg muscles are weak, your gait changes. You move slower, you hesitate on stairs. And that hesitation, that's what leads to falls. By keeping your muscle active and responsive, you not only reduce the risk of falling, you restore your confidence in motion. Finally, muscle even plays a role in immune function. Yes, your muscles release special proteins called myones that help reduce inflammation, support immune defense. That's why muscle loss is now being linked to higher rates of infections and slower recovery in older adults. Let's put it all together. When you protect your muscle after 65, you're doing far more than improving strength. You're speeding up metabolism, improving blood sugar and insulin sensitivity, supporting hormone health, enhancing brain function, reducing risk of falls, strengthening immune defense, and best part, you don't need a gym, a trainer, or a special diet. You just need the right signal at the right time. Which brings us back to the power of leucine and your morning coffee. That one simple habitosant, just build muscle, supports total body resilience from your brain toward bones to your immune system. In the next and final section, I'll walk you through the full recap and how to get started tomorrow easily, consistently, and confidently over the past 40 decades. I've seen hundreds of seniors walk into my clinic feeling frustrated, tired, and weaker than they remembered being just a few years earlier. Some thought it was just part of aging. Others blamed their diet or lack of exercise. But more often than not, their real issue was this: their muscles weren't getting the signal to grow anymore. And the moment we fix that signal, even without changing their workout routine, things began to shift. They moved more easily. They had more energy. They felt more stable physically and emotionally. Here's what I want every person over 60 to understand. You don't lose strength overnight. It slips away quietly, one ignored signal at a time. But the opposite is also true. You can rebuild it quietly, consistently, one signal at a time. And that's what makes the Leucine Plus coffee strategy so powerful. It fits into your life without disrupting it. You don't need new routines, expensive supplements, or grueling workouts. You need a clear message to your body each morning. We're still building muscle. We still need strength. Let's stay in motion. When you treat your muscles as a daily investment, not something you nutritionally when they fail, you begin aging with intention, not just reaction. So, if you take just one thing from today's video, let it be this: small signals sent daily create big changes over time. And it's never too late to send them. Let's bring it all together. Muscle loss after 60 is not just about aging. It's about missed signals. And the good news? You can change that signal. Starting tomorrow morning, here's your simple roadmap. Wake up and hydrate. Brew your black coffee. Stir in 3 grams of pure leucine powder. Drink it within your first hour. Add 3 to 5 minutes. O-flight movement and stay consistent at least 5 days a week. This small shift, just 1 scoop, 1 cup, 1 habit, can lead to stronger legs, better balance, improved blood sugar, sharper thinking, and a more resilient body. Because muscle is not just a boot strength, it's your metabolism, your stability, your brain health, your longevity. And you don't need extreme workouts or supplements with fancy names. You need science backed academically. It's what we believe in here at Boost Senior Health. If you'll found this video helpful, consider giving it a like. Drop a comment and let us know what part surprised you the most, what results you notice after trying this. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more daily strategies to help you stay strong, sharp, and independentarily. This is Dr. Robert Peterson. Stay strong, stay steady, and I'll see you in the next video.